Good evening and welcome. Welcome to um, my podcast. I do not know what happened to the advertisement for Vincent Davis. It should have came on by now, but it doesn't look like it is. Um, uh, my show producer, Grace, if you hear me behind the scenes, the audio for Vincent Davis did not show up on that link that I used to start the program. So I really don't know what had happened there. Okay. Anyway, you've reached the right room. We normally have an ad from Vincent Davis. He's my attorney. And he has been practicing and fighting CPS for 39 years. He's also a trial attorney. He's a champion because he's also done lawsuits against CPS and won millions of dollars, both in federal and state courts. He once was a foster child himself. So he has a lot of the background to deal with this, a lot of the background. So he talks about his office hours during the week, and he has a conference on Saturday at 10 o'clock where he has questions and answers. It's live, and you can participate. You got to sign up for it, though. You got to sign up for it. And there are several ways that you can sign up for anything. In my room, you'll see that there's a yellow-orange box. The numbers are in yellow, and the background's in orange. And it's 888-888-6582. That's the law office of Vincent W. Davis. And I had the volume on, but the volume got turned off. I'm so sorry. I don't know how much you've all heard, but again, a warm welcome. My name is Bob Pace, and I'm glad you joined me tonight to fight CPS and stop taking our children. It's a horrible, horrible experience. Now, as I've been saying, I've been having some computer issues, and it's one of those things I have to retire my computer and send it to the old elephant um, cemetery, where the elephants go when they know they're going to die. Well, my computer is pretty much dead, but I'm making it work. I plan about an hour to come on to the podcast. So it started at 10, but then we had a glitch with no message from Vincent Davis. Somehow, when he hit the live and it said, "Do you want to do video?" I said, "Yes," but he didn't appear. So I don't know if my producer has discontinued or what. Sometimes it'll happen at the end of my podcast, there'll be nothing there. We have D-Light Bertelman, you've been on before. Hi. I think you've been on before. D-Light, Better Pen. If you could tell me where you're from, it'd be great. Um, Still no volume. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. I check all that again. Do you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Do you hear me now? When I checked before I came in the room, there's a volume check and it was bouncing all over the place. So I don't know why my volume was down there. Anyway, I hope you all heard me. That you're at the right place. You found me fighting CPS in Facebook and you joined me. Now, as I was saying, normally when I start the program, there's a brief message from Vincent Davis, my attorney. And when I went to play it, it didn't play. It just sat there, waited for me to come on. So I went on. And if you hear me, Grace is my show producer, that needs to look into it. Do you want to discontinue the message at the beginning of my show, at the end of my shows? Because sometimes it's not there at the end of my shows. It's sporadic. I don't know why. And I noticed that my comments were all deleted and I got them back. I went ahead and typed them in there. And it looks like they're still there. I have 4 comments that I put out there. One is right now streaming across the bottom of the screen. And that comment is about if you want to talk to Vincent Davis, you have 30 minutes for $60. Use your credit card. You reserve the time you want to speak to him, and you can have a private Zoom meeting with Mr. Davis. A private Zoom meeting. So again, you all really have to fight this really terrible, terrible animal. I'm going to say that a lot of the CPS or the child protection systems are corrupt. Now, when I say CPS, I mean all the child protection systems. Like in California and Orange County, it's the Child Protection Services. Next door in LA County is the Department of Children and Family Services. In Arizona's Department of Children's Services. In Kentucky, it's called the Cabinet. So wherever you are, when I say CPS, I mean the CPS systems everywhere. They're found in every county in every state. They're also found around the world. And I do speak to a lot of people. I've spoken over to 900 people. I've talked to 21 countries and some quite routinely. I've had Indonesia, Bangladesh, India. Then I had Saudi Arabia and Libya. Then I have Liberia in Africa. And then a new one. Boy, I already forgot the new one. I'll come back to it. Anyway, we have Rwanda near Lake Victoria. And then we have Mozambique across from Madagascar, the island. And then we have 4 provinces in South Africa that have actually called in. I had a real sweet lady. Her country code's 27, and she called in and talked for an hour. She was that concerned about her case. We go up to Europe, and I've had England, Scotland, Wales, and then I've had Denmark and Sweden. Across the pond in North America, I've had 4 provinces in Canada. And I've had all 50 states. Someone has called me from 50 states and told about the CPS system at their state. And it's been really corrupt. All these people, these over 900 people, have said it's terrible. Now, going south the border, I have Mexico, and then one country in South America called Grenada. Then across the Pacific to New Zealand, I've had New Zealand call in, and then I've had 2 states from Australia call in. 2 states from Australia. So it's a well-diversified group in here. I have about 25 to 50 people that are regulars that come into my room that I've known. Some for as long as I've been on the show, for 15 months. They're here as well as me to help you. You'll find that you really are really blind to what CPS can do. No one is orientated and knows about CPS. I didn't know. I did not know. And I was taken advantage of. When you're a nice person, they take advantage of you. So you got to be careful with your CPS case. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to answer your door. You want to get an attorney and talk through your attorney. Yes, attorney is going to cost money. That's the hard part. But like anything else, I was able to work away. I quick sell my home, and I was able to pay Vincent Davis for my quick sell my home. One half of what the house was worth for. That was sad. I lost a lot of money. I lost over $1 million by quick selling my home. I paid off my first and second, which were a lot of money. And I hate leaving my home because my wife and I found it a beautiful nest egg. And her children love it. They had their own rooms and bathrooms, and it was nice and big and roomy. Lots of activities and so forth. Now I need to catch up with my people in my room. I just found out yesterday, or was it the day before, my show producer says the only comments that people will see are the YouTube comments. If you're in one of the 7 Facebook rooms, you won't see the comment unless you're in that room and you write the comment. So I have to put them up on the screen and read them. So I try to do that in between phone callers. Now, it is very, very important. Let me see. We had some more rooms sign in. By the way, read what's in those rooms. Now, we had someone else come in here. Okay, besides Betty, we have Delight, and she's in Astoria, Oregon. Now I remember Astoria, Oregon. And Vince did not come to our consultation. I'm still waiting. Okay, how long ago was it, Delight, that you talked on my podcast? When did you? If you could tell me your area code, I can look it up. I can look it up. You just give me the area code. That would be great. Okay. Okay, we're trying to figure out the area code. You need to tell me, Delight, because I have a lot of calls. What is the area code? So I can work with you. Good evening and welcome.
Hello, sir. Good evening. I have Delight Peddleton. I wanted to speak with you.
Sure, okay.
Thank you, sir.
You bet, Shanna. Hello and welcome. Who do I have the pleasure to talk to? Who is this?
This is Delight. My comments weren't going through for some reason.
Oh, well, you didn't have to call me. All you had to do is tell me your area code, and then I could find it.
Yeah, I typed it a while ago, so I just called to tell you what it is. 97504.
That's the area code, 97504.
97504.
97. It's supposed to be a 3-digit number, I think.
Oh, sorry.
It's the area. It's the first 3 digits of the area code.
Are you looking for the where the case is?
No, I'm looking for your area code and your phone number so I can find out what day you called in, and then I can talk to Grace on that. Go ahead.
Okay, I will. Okay.
Why did you hang up? Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Okay. We lost our person there, so now what I have to do is call him back. Hold on. Okay, let's try it right now.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Okay, I was trying to get a hold of the person that called in. They hung up. Do you have their number?
Yes, sir. I have her number.
Could you call her back and then patch her back to me? She could call the phone number of
Okay, sir.
the
I will
show.
call her.
Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't call the show number here. She called the other number, the office number, but she could call my number
Yes.
646 998 0990. She could call that number. So, anyway, if you could put her back in touch with her. All right. Thank you.
Okay, sir. I will try.
All right. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit mix up there. What was happening, you guys are calling the office number, which is okay, but you need to call my number. You need to call my number here. And I'll put my number up right now because I can talk live here. My number is 626 698 0990. Now, let's see if I can get the area code for Deadlight Burger Pen. Hello.
Hello, sir. The light is on the line right now.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Delight, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
You
I'm
don't
sorry, but
you don't need to you don't need to go off. You don't need to hang up. I need to know your area code.
Yes, 97504.
Okay, that is your area that's your zip code. The area code of your phone number.
Oh, area code. Oh, sorry. Oh, geez, I'm confused. My 503.
Okay, hold on a second. 503. Okay.
03.
503. I'll just scroll down till I find it.
Okay. Yeah, I got the email. It was at 6, so I sat my way.
Yeah, I have it. You called last Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay, today is Friday. It may take a little bit longer. I don't know what the backlog is with our show producer, but she's usually pretty good to get right on it.
God will make it happen when it's supposed to happen.
It will happen. It will happen. When you do get the call, you may get a call from a caseworker. They're going to get your background, but make sure after they're done that they still connect you with Mr. Davis. You're entitled to that 15 minutes with Mr. Davis. I've submitted your name and your email and your phone number. So they should Grace should have it.
Yeah, I did have an appointment tonight, but like I said.
What, they set the appointment for tonight?
It was at 6, yeah. So I showed up at 5:50, and in the room that I got the link on, and he never showed up. He must have forgot or something.
Oh my dear, maybe he did. I'm so sorry. I will email Grace, and they'll set it up again. So you showed up to a room, right? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I was in the room the whole hour. It was recording, so you should have the recording.
Okay, and that room is where he told you
7:20.
Yeah, that's where he told you to sign up then, right?
Yes, I refreshed it 3 times, just to make sure I was on the right link.
Okay, Grace, if you can hear me, she's right now behind the scenes. We have Delight that had an appointment set up with Vincent Davis, but he never showed up or somehow is lost or whatever it is. I will let Vincent know that I'll let you know, Grace, and that will do that. Since I have you on the phone, did you want to talk anything more about your case?
Yeah, I realized tonight when I was looking at lots at the library before it closed that and I printed out some things, and I realized by putting all my evidence together that this is way more than just a child protection case. they used my autism and like the disabling brain damage that they caused, combined with a smear campaign, and basically, the evidence is all laid out. Those two colluded, with the whole county to take just my daughters, and they broke so many laws. I rented from them for 5 years, and it's not legal for them to lie to me and say I have chronological pictures, of them like taking over, and everything I'm learning about narcissistic abuse and parental alienation, every single thing, it's obvious when I put it all together now. I think I'm pretty sure that they thought I was going to end up dead, because they made me homeless by smearing me to the, I don't know what they said, I'm not trying to be a paranoid person, but there's there's only one person that's, the abuser in a situation, and I didn't know ever that narcissism wasn't my fault, because I had no idea and it took me this long to understand that somebody in charge of the law would lie like that, and break all those laws so brazenly and not worry about getting in trouble. He threatened everybody, including my girls. I just didn't know at the time when they were telling me why, I was doing my best to protect them, but now that I started printing out emails and putting them in order, it's clear to me, as one of the ways my brain is damaged, is that I have a very hard time with orderly things, in my brain. I have ADHD. They underestimated me, though. I'm autistic, and I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I never got the chance to say anything. They never served me with anything. And from the last day I saw my daughter, they bribed my older one, and then, put pressure on her and stuff. They made my girls cry. They embarrassed them. It made it horrible. And really tried real hard to, do me in. That's why I haven't fought, because I'm terrified, and I'm almost sure because, all I know is psychiatry. I have special interest, being autistic, and I have proof I'm a great mom. I have proof they thought I'm a great mom. It doesn't take 1 year, or 6 months for your kids to never want to speak to you again.
Yes, I agree. Or with me, I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. So,
and it terrifies me. What are you doing to my daughter? It's like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if I can't find them. I have no idea what happened to them. No idea. I don't know if they're okay. Every time I try to call back, I have evidence, that I said, yes, I want help, and they just ignore me. They just say, well, there's really nothing we can do. They say you need to go to therapy.
Okay.
But that's very vague, and I've been in therapy my whole life. The only thing that taught me, I grew up in a hospital having therapy all day, because I had a parent like that. And, until she was dead, it didn't occur to me either that she would be lying, about me, and that it's a crazy story, but, this is, so they evicted me for my 5-year tenancy, to sell the house and move, and I have that printed out. I just printed it out tonight, but they had, and then at the last minute, because, I don't think they believed I was going to rent anywhere else. That's very clear. At first, they're like, you're a great tenant. And I have that printed out, too. And I also have it printed out that they knew, on the screenshot that, the text messages, because she was pretending to be my friend, and I didn't understand why everybody's being so mean to me, and saying such things, Why would the SWAT team come when I'm by myself, the night that she runs away, pointing guns at me and screaming I'm a bully and defying my rights away while I'm crying and begging them to stop. No child protection lady came for 5 months.
Right.
And I don't know. And I I wasn't, because they just kept saying they're busy. And like nobody will say anything more than they just don't want to talk to you. I just shocked. You know, I see now that it takes me a long time to process things. You know, but I deserve to at least teach my children. You know, and I didn't get a chance to say anything that my landlord, the DA, you know, same person, right? He stood up and said, "She's dead." But that's ridiculous. Like, that doesn't even mean anything. And then when I tried to say, "Excuse me," they said, "Be quiet, or I'll find you in contempt."
Well, I figured that you must think.
I
think you're like Alice in Wonderland. You fell in the rabbit hole. You met the Chester cat, and they're directing you to go here, there, do this, jump over this. It's a crazy world at CPS. It's very crazy.
But I've already done that, and what I know is that you guys are crazy. Like, this is not right and very unhealthy. And who would play manipulation games and think that's healthy for the kids? You know, they still left their brother with me as his direct support provider. They don't, you know, and specifically, you can't use your office, represent yourself as your attorney, and take my daughter.
I agree.
For you and your wife.
I agree. I agree.
After
there.
you rented to me for 5 years and then lied to get me out.
Let me catch up.
Buying the thousands of dollars of stuff.
Right.
When I say no, you know, being inappropriate with my girls, like taking them on secret trips, you know, like even my bosses were, and friends of mine were like, you know, they said some pretty awful stuff about you. And I was so shocked, like, why would they do that? But she said, we want nothing but the best for your family. And I have that printed out too. They didn't have a right to keep me out. I've never hit my rent like a day in my life, ever.
Right.
She tried hard. She bought my daughter a car and then left me with the insurance. I just didn't understand. And I kept going to the hospital, you know, calling for the crisis line because they took all my medicine away at once. Everything I'd been on for like since I was 10, you know. I kept trying to say it, and they would just say, "Are you on drugs?" No, I'm not on drugs, because I wasn't on drugs, you know. And
yeah,
that's ridiculous, you know. I had my medicine, like I grew up differently than all of you from Minnesota, you know.
Yeah,
I had no idea. It took me this long because I had to learn about the pattern of that kind of stuff and learn it wasn't my fault, you know, or just something I was doing wrong, because, you know, they always say it is. But the clear case sickness.
Let me catch up with the people that come in the room. Don't disappear. Do not go away. I'm just going to look at some of the comments that came in.
My phone died, but
yeah, that's okay. Give it a couple more days. We'll get you that meeting with Mr. Davis. Now, Chew Baby's from Virginia. Right now, I'm talking to Day Little, who is from Astoria, Oregon.
Oh.
Okay, my show producer did schedule you today. That's not the issue, Grace. The issue is that she showed up, but Mr. Davis didn't. So I will ask Mr. Davis why he didn't show up to the appointment. Okay. What time was the appointment? 5 o'clock? What time was the appointment at 5 o'clock? What time?
6.
Okay, so you were there at 6 o'clock. He didn't show. Okay, well, he may have just forgotten or something like that.
Yeah.
No big deal. We'll get it scheduled there. So I'll ask Mr. Davis.
Yeah, God's perfect timing. Thank you.
Let me see here. I'm trying to get the spelling of your name again here, so don't worry. Don't have to say anything. I got it here on the stage here. And where was this room? Where was this room?
It was on the link for Gmail that I got sent.
Okay.
It was on Zoom.
Okay, I just sent it off to Vincent Davis. So now you have not been forgotten. And so I'm really sorry. That's one of the first times. Margaret, I am better. Betty, I am feeling a lot better. Some things are really developed that came in a lot better today. It was a really rough day, but things are a lot better now. Betty, my family's a lot better. I got food for them tonight, so I'll be able to feed them tonight. So that's going to be good. And so I'm able to do that. And Tessa, I hope he connects with her. I have, Tessa, and welcome, Tessa. Now we have Brad Winters. You're brand new, Brad. If you could tell me where you're from, your city, your county, and your state, or if you're from another country, your country. We got a visit from CPS today, and they scheduled a second visit for Tuesday. It seems positive. We let them in and answered questions, but now we are freaking out. Yeah. You broke one of my rules there. You do not allow CPS into your home. If you encounter CPS or a knock on the door, you don't answer it. You don't answer it. It's really important you don't answer it and you don't talk to them because you need your attorney present. CPS is a bad entity. Now, not all CPS are bad, but the ones that seems to be experienced, and I don't know where you're from, Brad, but maybe I could help you out there, is that you got to be careful. You don't want to give them your children. They're going to look in your home for something. When they're investigating, they probably don't have anything on you. If they had something serious that you did something to your kids, I can guarantee the police would have knocked down the door and come and got your children. So they're trying to fish. They're doing what's called fishing. And they're trying to find out information to use against you. That's why you don't want to talk to them. You need to go through your attorney. Fighting CPS is like open heart surgery. Would you, as a layperson, cut open your chest cavity, pull out your heart, and try to fix it? No, you need a professional. That's what CPS is. They are very troublesome. Their only interest is to make money, and most of them have been bad in the 900 or more people I've talked to, whether in the United States or around the world. They all have something in common. They want to make money off you, and they want to really make your life miserable. Mine was miserable too. I have firsthand experience too. So, Brad, all I need to know is, where you're from and stuff. Now, Amanda, welcome, Amanda. Hey, Bob, this is Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri. How are you? I'm just great, Amanda. And I think we've talked before. We have Margaret from St. Louis, Missouri, and we got Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri. So we got St. Louis in the house. Now, you're asking a question, D. Little. Did they explain what the allegations were? In my case, they finally did. It took them 5 years, but they finally did. My case was one of those bad cases where they kept accusing me every week because I did not know that my in-laws were the ones making the accusations. And they're using CPS to unravel the family, to make the family go bad. So, I don't know who you're talking about, D. Little. What allegations from who? So far, we have D. Little Better Pan from Astoria, Oregon. We have Margaret from St. Louis, Missouri. We got. Let me see who else we have here. We have Betty from Montana, and we have Chew Baby from Virginia, and Tessa. I forgot where you're from. Could you tell me where you're from, Tessa? And also, or actually, it's Teresa. Maybe it's Teresa, not Tessa. Teresa, Vegas. And then we have Brad. I don't know where you're from either. And who else? Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri. We got in the room here. And Brad, there's some pretty big bruises from a potty training. I guess you're referring to your children being in foster care. It's incomplete. I think I'm missing some bad. And did they explain what the allegations were? Okay, Brad, what are your allegations? What were the allegation you? Okay, Brad is from Bakersfield, California. Welcome. Bakersfield's a hard one to deal with CPS there. I've had some people have terrible time with Bakersfield CPS. Now, Margaret King from St. Louis, Missouri said, same with CPS, don't answer your door. Yes, don't answer the door. Now, Brad said something called police. I guess the police were called. It's hard to understand, Brad, because you're breaking up with piece by piece. What you could do is call, and again, my number has gone off the air. I have no idea why it went off the air, but I put it back up there again. I don't know if my computer is doing things, but I'm trying not to touch there. So, Brad further says, should we take that Tuesday visit? She kind of gave us the impression that she would close it a week after a visit. No, they're not going to close it. They're stalling for time. What you need to do is very nicely tell them that your attorney needs to be present when you talk to them, and you're going to arrange your attorney to be there. So you might need some more time. You need to reschedule it. Also, do not schedule it at your home. Do not schedule it at their office. If they want to meet, you can meet at McDonald's or Starbucks, someplace neutral, someplace that you can document the visit. That's what you want to do, Brad. That's what you want to do. Amanda says, I have updates. Good, Amanda. Tell me your updates. I'd love to hear from you, your updates. Really do. We have about 15 minutes left of the show. So if you want to call in, my number's live now. My number's live. And that's true, Amanda. If you want to call and give you updates, that would be great. That would be great. D. Little's asking what the allegations are, Brad. What are they? Okay, they saw some pretty big bruises, and it was from potty training. Was that potty training in foster care, or was that potty training in your care? I'd be awful careful. I would have your attorney present. If he can make the Tuesday meeting, that'd be great. Take his advice and figure where you want to schedule the meeting. Do not schedule in the office and do not schedule in your home. They're trying to trick you and trap you. They're trying to trick you and trap you by looking really nice and be nice to you. But then they're going to slam the hammer and take your kids away forever. You have to remember, CPS is not your friend. CPS is not transparent. CPS's only interest is to make money. It's a money game to them. It's a money game to them. Okay, we have a call tonight from St. Louis, Missouri.
Hello?
And welcome. Who am I talking to?
Miss Amanda Channing.
Yeah, great to meet you there, Amanda. I'm so glad you called in.
Yes.
What is your question?
Huh?
You said you have a question.
Oh, I had some updates. I'm the one that has the difficult situation with the probate. And, I just need help with which direction should I go in next, because I've done everything that you guys said to do on here, and I keep getting the ring around the rosy.
Did you get an attorney?
It's almost. Oh, I talked to an attorney yesterday and today, and they told me that due to how conflicted my cases, they cannot take on my case. So
Well, did you ask the two important questions? Are they licensed and trained in the areas of juvenile law, dependency law, and family law?
Yes.
Okay, and then the second question, did you ask them, have they ever sued CPS and won money back?
No, I didn't ask that one.
Well, the reason why I say that, anybody that beats CPS and gets money, they are definitely a pit bull of an attorney. They're going to argue your case and win your case. That's why I say it. It's not necessarily true, but I find out that the best attorneys, now Vincent Davis is both of those. He's a pit bull attorney. He has done numerous lawsuits and won millions of dollars both in state and federal court. He also has gotten children back, so he's done both. So he is well qualified. But then again, you need to get 2 more candidates so you check out their pricing.
So I had a free consultation the other day, and
who was that with?
the
Who
lawyer
was that
said-
with?
It was with, should I say the law firm?
No. Just was it with the law firm in your area in St. Louis, Missouri?
Yes.
How did that go? How did that consultation go?
Oh, he said that what I'm going through with probate in my children, probate is dealing with assets, somebody deceased, and he asked me was there like some type of probate claim taken out on like for the deceased person, and I said I'm still living, and he said, "Ma'am, you are dealing with fraud, and he cannot take on the case, and I have to call like a private investigator." Called the private investigator today, and they can't take on the case due to how conflicted of interest it is. So I don't know what to do next.
Well, here's an answer to your solution. By you calling in tonight, you qualify for a free 15-minute consultation with Mr. Davis. All I ask you to do is to text me on the number you called in, your full name, your email, and your phone number. And then I'll forward over to Grace, who's my producer, who will make arrangements to have a private Zoom meeting with Mr. Davis.
Yeah, I did that before, and Mr. Davis has not. Either I've missed the calls because there's been something going on with my computer where I'm missing important phone calls, but I've been waiting for the Zoom call, and I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay, I'm confused. You already have one set up?
I was supposed to have one because I called in like a couple back in December.
Oh, really? Okay, what is your 3 number of your area code? Let me go see.
314.
Okay, I just see it on my phone. I should look right there. Don't even have to ask you. Okay, let me go to 314. Hold on.
Oh, Margaret King said CPS has me scheduled for a psychological testing exam. Do not do that.
No, you don't. They're going to try to trick you and say you're crazy.
Yeah. If it's the one on Clayton, do not do it. A request for your own. I wish I would have known what I know now from listening to you. To have my own doctor. I'm getting ready to be reevaluated so I can take this, the paperwork to court because I'm gathering up all my my paperwork. But it's like I'm stuck somewhere. I keep getting the ring, it has a lot to do with fraud.
Okay, I found one number, but that's not you. That is Akima Richardson. KK is 347. What's your prefix? What 3 digits is your prefix?
492.
Okay, so I need to go look at 492. Okay. 314 347 492.
And you're welcome, Margaret.
Yeah, she wants to help out, so she's from there too, so.
If it's oh Lord, I've been told that my case is closed, it's open, they can't tell me nothing.
Is your number area code 347 prefix 246?
I don't know, but I sent you messages.
Oh, I'm trying to find your number. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay.
You can't do that, Margaret King. Your best bet is to seek your own doctor to do your evaluation. Because I'm getting reevaluated so I can take proper paperwork. Because the people that the the court appointed me to, they listed me as some stuff that I didn't know. I was the word incapacitated or it's all about money, and they will not give me my record. And also, Margaret King. Look up the county. It's on YouTube. It's a disturbing 4-hour video of CPS, St. Louis County CPS link call that they didn't know. They literally did not know that they were being recorded. But they were talking about how these kids are just checks. And I know half of these people are on my paperwork, including the person that did my evaluation.
Really? Wow. Do you know about what day it was in December?
My phone has been deleting important stuff. December 18th.
Oh, wow.
Because I called in, and you told me like the first thing in January, go down there, get the paperwork.
Here it is, Amanda Shannon from St. Louis.
Yeah.
Let's see what I have here. Yeah, you text me on December 16th. And so Amanda Shannon, so let me go look to see when I gave it to my show producer. Would you want to talk to Vincent Davis now?
I wouldn't mind.
Okay, I'll give you the number. Okay, I'm going to give him the number.
I had a quick question. So I've been doing a lot of research about my children's case.
What number should I use? I have several numbers. I have 314-492-27113 or 314-282-5182. What number should I use?
The first one.
The 314, the 492, the 7113?
Yes.
Okay, let me get that to Vincent right now.
Cause I literally talked to family lawyer yesterday, and he said that probate has nothing to do with children, and that he cannot take it on due to the fact that it is dealing with fraud.
Well, yeah, probate has nothing to do with the child protection. That's where you have assets that someone has died and they need to know how to settle your assets.
Okay, so my next question is, I honestly believe that this lady has tapped into my granddaddy's pension, and the way that she listed me as being incapacitated, whatever that word is, that I cannot fend for myself. So she's able to access a lot of stuff, which is illegal. But she knows people that knows people within the system.
Okay, I'm going to have to hang up with you so Vince can call you. As soon as I send him, he's going to call you. So will you go ahead and hang up?
Okay.
He is going to call you at 314-492-71.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we're going to have a conference call done by Mr. Davis and Amanda. And so I just
Oh,
hold
you
on.
have a Zoom call?
Well, you have to hang up. You have to hang up.
I know. Do I have to be on a Zoom call? Because
No, it's not a Zoom call. It'll just be a voice call, okay?
okay.
I don't know. He will set it up. He'll tell you if it's Zoom. He'll set you up. So anyway, you got to hang up so he can call you. Okay, that was interesting. We had Amanda from St. Louis that had a phone call set up, and somehow they didn't connect. So now I connected Mr. Davis with Amanda, and he's going to call Amanda right now. I just gave him the number, so he'll be able to talk to you. So hopefully, Amanda, that you're able to talk to Mr. Davis. Now, Brad said, okay, Amanda gave us updates. Shannon, Margaret. Okay, Margaret, CPS has me scheduled for a psychological testing exam from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Next week at the CPS's visitation center. Why are you doing that? Why aren't you not using your own doctor? You should use your own doctor to set up that if you think it's necessary. Also, what does your attorney say, Margaret from St. Louis? What is the advice of your attorney? You all out there need to get an attorney and need to follow their advice. And it's got to be that right kind of attorney. I know you're scared, Margaret. First of all, you don't have to have a psychological exam. Your attorney will tell you it's your choice. But if they're questioning your sanity, all you do is get a hold of your primary care physician and you want to do a psychological exam because a government agency is now saying you're crazy in the head. And so your doctor can test it and can tell you the results. Further, you can ask your attorney what to do. And if he goes to court, he can ask the judge for permission to do that one instead of the CPS's one. The CPS is going to be contaminated. You can't trust them. You cannot trust CPS. Now, Brad says the CPS in his report said it was unfounded, and the CPS worker said the bruises were typical. Okay. Then Brad further says, it feels like we are we're overreacting a bit. Well, you might be. It's scary. Don't be hard on yourself. You weren't born with a manual of how to operate with CPS. There's none of the life skills are taught in high school or in college about that. I think life skills should be all the time, from the time you first go to school, which is at preppy K, then kindergarten, then grades 1 through 5, and then middle school, grades 6 through 8, and then high school, grades 9 through 12, and then college your first 4 years. And if you're going to take a master's or doctor's, I think every semester or every quarter should be something about life skills. When you're real young, as a child, biggest thing that comes up to my mind is bullying. Bullying, how to handle bullying, how to keep kids from bullying you. Then as you get into high school, it's dating, how to date, and also about sex. A lot of those things that parents don't talk about. Those are life skills, as you know. When you go to college, it should be about marriage and divorce and CPS and how to raise children. There should be life skills every year you're in school until you're done with school. And it should be something fun. I mean, learning how to cook, learning how to do an oil change or change a tire or to do your DMV, your registration, or your taxes. There's so much that can be taught, and I have it all in my head. Maybe they could talk about sports and what sports to participate in stuff. There's scouting and Red Cross. There's a lot of things that people don't know about. So life skills are something fun and enjoyable. And it's something that should be part of your education in school. Now, by law, you're required to be grades 1 through 12. That's by law. You don't have to go to kindergarten or pre-K, and you don't have to go to college. But you're mandatory grades 1 through 12. If you take further education, that's great, but you don't have to. But a lot of us have children real early on, and we're saddled with the children. Sometimes it's a big burden to take care of children. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifices. If you're going to have a baby, you have to refrain from recreation drugs. You have to refrain from smoking. You have to refrain from alcohol. Those all are bad for babies and infants growing up. You have to learn how to protect yourself and those kinds of things too. Now, Margaret from St. Louis, not Amanda from St. Louis, you might be one of the lucky ones, Brad. It might be, Brad. It's at your house. No, you don't want them coming to your house unless the attorney says it's okay. Kids cannot be in foster care. Well, if you don't want them, then don't talk to CPS. Talk to your attorney. You need to get your attorney aboard. I know it has a cost, but you got to do that. And Margaret, don't do the psychological exam. Use your own doctor. Brad, the CPS report said it was unfounded and that the CPS worker just said the bruises were typical. Okay. Brad says, feel like we're overreacting. I know that. Margaret says, you might be one of the lucky ones, Brad. Brad further says, at our house, the incident, kids cannot be in foster care. I agree. You guys made it sound scary, but I saw the state outlined that removals were the workers added up like 1 in every 100 type kids. It is sad because the social workers are bad. They're bad. Now, Brad says, should I film the interaction? I don't know a lawyer. Well, you got to get a lawyer. You got to get on the internet. You're going to put down there your city and your state, the letters CPS, and then you put down a juvenile law, a family law, a dependency lawyer who has fought CPS. And that should show a bunch of names. Then you need to call him. And Vincent Davis is one of the 3 that you should interview. You need to see their chemistry. You need also to ask the 2 questions. Are they professionally licensed in the area of juvenile law, family law, and dependency law? That is so important there. You also want to have an attorney there to protect your rights. It may be the cheapest insurance payment if that's all you use your attorney for is that one meeting. And it may be a couple $100. I know that's a lot of money, but it'd be well worth to spend that couple $100. Now, Chew Baby from Virginia says, who would have called CPS, Brad? a daycare or a family friend. Um, always film, always record everything, document everything. That's great. Thank you, Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri, helping out Margaret from St. Louis, Missouri. And thank you, Chew Baby, for helping out Broad. You guys are great. You guys are my family. You're helping one another. I really appreciate that. It was a preschool teacher. Okay. They're the ones who reported that. Margaret King says, unless I can have a third person there to be able to record the entire session myself, and unless my attorney says it's okay. Yeah, you need to talk to your attorney. Margaret says, I do not trust CPS at all anymore. They are affiliated with. I agree. Chew Baby from Virginia. Did you have your child checked by their psychiatrist after the CPS confrontation? For instance, did you go to the pediatrician and have your child checked out? You still have your educational and medical rights. At least take them straight to the doctor to have whatever bruises confirmed and evaluate. So you should have your pediatrician check it out. Now, Brad said, we did not, and the bruises are fading. Okay. Well, you can still take it to a pediatrician and they can look at it. Maybe they could say the bruises were not typical of abuse to a child. Brad further says, they were bad, but we didn't think much at all. Our kids get hurt like regular kids, just a little worse. Sometimes people react worse than others. If they're playing sports or contacting or rough playing with each other, they will get bruises. That's all part of the normal thing. What you look for a bruise of neglect or physical abuse is a reddening and a black and blue that stays for days. And it's very puffy and everything. That's where the abuse comes in. If it's where you kicked in the shin when you're playing kickball or, you bumped into something, those kind of bruises, they're very minor. They're very, very minor. Okay, Amanda was supposed to talk to Mr. Davis. Amanda, she says, Margaret, I went through the same thing. I request to have it done by my actual doctor, and they said that if I didn't do it with the Cortese, it was going to be written down as non-compliance. Okay, Amanda, that's true. You got to check it there. Amanda says, learn from me. Give your doctor the do it because they'll pull down anything and everything and never know that I had a split personality, bipolar. Amanda, did you talk to Mr. Davis yet? But I went to the place in Clayton that it was. Margaret says, I've been cleared by a psychiatrist. No medication needed, no follow-up visits, and needed a 33-page intake. What else do they want? They're crazy people. They're the ones who need the exam. I agree with you, Margaret. Shannon says, it was a day 2 extra evaluation, and I never was able to see what they put down there. They told me that the public faker lawyer was going to show me what was the paperwork. Be careful of those faker attorneys. Margaret says, I see the psychiatrist as well as 3 times. She recommended that I continue with my support system. Margaret further says, I see the psychiatrist as well all talked about is continuing with my support system, but CPS wants me to see one of their owns. I looked at the doctor, and her views are terrible. See, you do not want to use CPS's doctors or views. They're going to try to nail you, and your attorney will tell you that no, you can go to your own doctor and get your own evaluation. And the easy way you do is you go to the judge and say, I want my doctor to do the evaluation. I don't want CPS's evaluation. You stick to your guns. Chew Baby from Virginia says, if they acquire bruises from potty training, then you need to involve the pediatrician immediately. Okay, if they got bruises from potty training, you need to involve the pediatrician. And then Margaret says, I agree, Amanda. And Amanda says to Margaret King, it's in Clayton, Clayton. Now, Amanda further says, I had the caseworker that should never been on my case because he was a rapist. He tried to come into my home, his thumb on some type of document on a Saturday, and he wouldn't even allow me to read. By the way, CPS works on weekdays, Monday through Friday. If they try to come to see on the weekend, that's not correct. Now, if the child's in danger, the police will come. I mean, that's not the issue. I'm not trying to say don't do that. But be very, very, very careful how CPS exercises their powers. Now, Amanda says, the paper because I started questioning because you're not supposed to be here on Saturday as whatever. He tried to get me in to sign. I never signed, and he was upset. Well, that's true. You got to be careful now because they do get upset. Hey, Felicia, welcome from Ventura, California. I never heard of psychiatrists bending exam for parents at all, for letting the parents. Well, supposedly Margaret in St. Louis has to do one. Margaret says, CPS says it's a psychological exam, but I think they're trying to trick me. It could be a family team meeting, and these meetings you definitely don't want to attend. Amanda says, Brad Wilson, CPS, looks for everything with children. He could be your child, could be somebody else's child. That's where the bruises appear. But they're literally looking to take your kids. Be careful, Brad. Amanda says, I literally had a situation like that, but I was able to direct them to my kid's father. I was the one that got hotline because the mother made sure you have your I's and your T's crossed. You want to make sure. Now, I've gone over, and I got to end my podcast. I just realized I went over here. So I'm reading through all these here, and you guys gave a lot of information, but it's after 8 o'clock, and I can't keep going on. Now, all of you should have seen these text messages because they're all Facebook. So all of you saw that. So I want to thank you all. I want to thank Chew Baby from Virginia for being in this room, Margaret from St. Louis, Amanda from St. Louis. Did you talk to Vincent yet? Have you talked to Vincent yet? And then Cruel, who's Felicia, Ventura, California. And then who else do we have here? We have Brad. Where's Brad? Brad Winters. Thank you very much for calling and sharing your story. You guys are all part of my family, so make sure you come back and visit me. I'll be on again at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's Pacific Standard Time. So I want to thank all of you for coming in here. And thank you, Delight Better Pin. Thank you there. And Teresa Vogel, thank you. And Betty, thank you from Montana. I did not forget any one of you. God bless you all. There should be a message from Vincent Davis when I sign off. This is Bob Pace telling you, have a good night, and don't forget to keep fighting for your kids.
Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Faye, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is a question and answer session.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.